What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to today's podcast. This is the Beck Podcast. I'm going live. I want to try this attempt at kind of talking to you guys about your hair, talking about hair issues, salon issues, anything that you guys want to get into today. I'm here for you. So just type Q, put in your questions below. Got a bunch of people logging on. What's up? What's up? Let me get this over into the right spot. Make sure you tell me hello. Make sure you tell me where you are watching from. Put that right there. What's up, Joseph? Good to see you. That's a bigger comment. Cool. All right. Jasmine, what's up? Carlos, what's up? All right, cool. So it looks like we got YouTube and Facebook on here live. Again, guys, today I want to get into anything you want to talk about your hair, your customers' hair, the salon industry, social media, anything you guys want to talk about. So type Q, put in your question. We'll get started with the show. I'm going to be on here for the next, let's say, 30, 45 minutes. We'll see. Watching from Alabama, what can you do with fine hair to make it look fuller? Why is that question going so large? Let's see here. What can you do to with fine hair to make it look fuller? So there's a couple things with fine hair that I think are pretty basic, but one of the biggest things when I'm cutting my client's hair with fine hair, when it has to do with the cut, I really think about what makes it look weak. So what makes it look less dense, right? I talk about the different challenge issues. Is that click going through to you guys? Let me know in the comments if you hear a click with all of the chatting. If you don't, it's totally cool. I hear it, and I can get over it, but it would be really annoying to you guys. So let me know if you see that. So anyways, finer hair. What is the challenge issue? Is it that you want more volume? Is it that your ends look really weak? There's a lot that goes into it on making those corrections, but that's where, as professionals, we need to make sure that we're really doing thorough consultations and addressing these issues. Let's say that my client has finer perimeter that feels really weak and straggly around here. I'll usually bring their haircut up a little bit. So back in the day, I can think of a customer in my head, had super fine hair. We brought it up to shoulder length or just above shoulders, because anytime fine hair rests on the shoulders, I think it creates a little bit of separation on the shoulder and makes it look a little weaker. So if it's actually hanging kind of at that natural fall, a nice blunt lob or long bob goes really well with that scenario. Also, I won't overlayer fine hair because then that's going to make it look weaker around the perimeter as well. So what I'll do is I'll section a lot of times, and there's videos that I've done quite often, and I wonder if I can even bring one up for you guys here. Let me go to YouTube, and I'll pull a video up on the screen, but where I section basically from this parietal area, from that recession point across, and everything below that I don't layer. And that creates a little extra density. How to layer fine hair. So most of the time when you go on to my YouTube channel, which I'm going to pop up here, you can see it. So right here, so best layered haircut for fine hair. So when I
know a lot of you guys are coping with pattern hair loss. My go-to recommendation is the Iris Store hair
turn that down.
Skip it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's. So here we go. So I'm going to get right to the point on this. What I do on this specific haircut is go in and actually cut everything flat down first. So you'll see I do some blunt cutting right here. So I base the haircut off of the baseline. I cut that baseline all the way through. So we're basically going to cut a one-length haircut on this underneath part of the hair. And what I mean by balanced is if my shoulder... So basically what I'm doing is I'm bringing this entire part, this entire section down and cutting it blunt, and I'm going to layer this top portion. And then in the side area of this haircut, right here in the front, I kind of bring everything over. Let me see if I can. So you can see here. I'm going to turn the sound off on this. Let me mute it. And I can just kind of talk you through it. Let me go theater mode. There we go. So I bring everything down. I cut that blunt line. And then that's how I get the kind of the density on the bottom of the haircut. And then in the rest of the haircut, I layer, and then those layers lay on top of the density, so it makes the hair appear fuller. Also notice the length on this haircut. It's not super long because if we're working with a guest that has fine hair, we want to make sure that they have nice fine hair in there. All right, cool. This is hard to watch and seen it before. Cool, move on, Tiffany. All good. No worries. I understand. We're just having a discussion today. So let me go back here. And let's see who else we got. If you guys got a question, type Q, put in your question, and I will go over whatever it is you're looking to learn today, or talk about your hair, talk about different things in the industry, or even social media, stuff like that. What's up, Linda? All right, so we got through the thin hair questions. What else we got? All right, guys, remember, put a Q. There we go. How to thin out thick hair. There we go. Lidette. How to thin out thick hair. So, there's, again, a lot of ways to go about it. I think the number one thing for you guys to understand, whether you're a professional hairdresser or a hair enthusiast and you're just trying to learn about your own hair, whatever it is, thinning out people's hair is different for every person. So just because I would say, oh, well, you could take thinning scissors and texturize somebody and remove some bulk from this person's scenario, it's not going to be the same necessarily for the next person. Next person, I might actually do more just point cutting because I don't want to create all those little pieces within the haircut. So if you have somebody with thicker hair, there's a couple different, undercut is a great technique to go about. And then also working concave layering underneath, creating a little bit of disconnection helps if you want to keep some length on the top. And then what's another technique that I like to do? Point cutting is always a great go-to, and some slide cutting. So being able to take your section of hair and you hold it up in the air, and then let's just say you've got a panel of hair that you're holding and you slide in and take out some weight. That to me is just an easy way to kind of take out some of that density and create some more invisible layers. So that's a good technique, I think. Cool, no click. All right, sweet. Thank you guys. Appreciate the help there. What else we got? What's a great resource for, what's a great resource? Why does it keep giving me different sizes for these comments? It never used to do that. All right. What's a great resource for mannequin heads? I like pivot point mannequins. I've had recently a mannequin company reach out to me, but I can't recommend them yet because I haven't seen the mannequins. But for years and years, I've been training on pivot point mannequins. Couple great things about that. They're obviously human hair. The factory has been checked, and it's a humane factory, basically, because there's some terrible conditions in some factories, especially in China. So you have to be careful where things are coming from. and how the people are treated in that factory. So, Pivot Point, I think it's SA 5000, I believe. It could be 500, but I think it's 5,000 is the certification that they have that basically states that the factory is checked out and everybody is treated fairly in that factory. And all of Pivot Point mannequins are hand done. So every piece of hair that you see on the head is put in by an artist that knows how to put in hair into a mannequin. It's not machine driven, which raises the price, obviously, but they're just the best mannequins that I've used. So there we go. Smo, what's up? I made it. Look, so now I take the comment there and it goes small. And I want it to be, I guess I just do it like this. And then hopefully it'll just keep working out. Diana. See, look at that guy. Wow. We're going to work through this together, guys. I don't know what is going on with these comments, but like I can't even read that one. Wonder if I can make the take away the background, take away effects, raise the size of the font. Oh, center it. Maybe that'll do it. No, that's not it. I know. We're working through this. We're getting through it. To the side. Fixed position. Maybe that's it. Any eCam experts on this stream today? There we go. All right, let me try that. It's like I guess because she wrote a lot, maybe that's why. I don't know. All right. If you can't afford to go to a salon, what box color would be best? Strawberry blonde hair. Is there hair care product in the stores that would give definition? Well, Diana, I'm gonna tell you right now, any color that you put on your hair that you try to do yourself is probably gonna turn out strawberry blonde anyways, because you're gonna get that nice orange, coppery hue. I understand not being able to afford certain salons, but with that being said, it depends on the change that you're going for. If you can't afford to go to a salon, like sometimes, like people say they can't afford to go to a salon, but what else do we spend our money on, right? So if you really want, it depends on the change that you're going for. Like, don't make a big change on your own because you could really mess up your hair, and then you're going to end up spending more money on it to get it fixed. So my opinion is save up, find the right person so you know you're spending the money in the right place. Find somebody that's really good at that, and then go make your change. If you already kind of have blonde hair, then you can figure it out. But again, I can't just tell you what color to put on because there's strategy to it's chemistry. You got to pick the right tones to go on there. So be very careful. What I would say to any of my customers is if they could call me if they were struggling with affording to get something they wanted, we could always put a plan in place to get them there. Maybe do it small bits over time so they don't have to invest the whole thing. Understand that it's going to be a process. It's not just going to happen. That would be my recommendation, is find the right stylist, find somebody that is within a budget, like an attainable budget, and is also willing to work with you. Start talking to them maybe over Instagram or call the salon, ask to speak with them, and then go from there and set up a goal of what you want to do. Here's your budget, and then work towards it. I struggle in any industry with the hidden prices of things. So going into something not knowing how much it's going to cost and then it costing more than you thought, I think that that's a lose-lose for everyone. So make sure that you're just upfront with what your budget is and make sure that they can stay within it and have a good conversation. Like, we don't do that enough to where we're just honest with people on our situation. And this is what we have. This is what we're looking for. Can it be done? And there you go. And I think that's a better idea. Linda. Why is this so... This is driving me crazy, guys. If I go like that big with the font. There we go. That's better. And then it should... So also, just so you guys know, I just set up this new setup for this specific podcast away from the rest of my stuff. And so I haven't used this system yet. It's the same system I normally use, but this is a different computer I'm using it on. So we're working through it together today. Next time it'll be better, but it's as good as it is right now. All right. So Linda. Now I remember. How do you style the bang area on someone with deep recession lines? So depends on the style, but I would either I have a couple clients that I really like cutting some shorter pieces around the recession line, and then if I want to kick it up. So if I want to kick it up and over with a deeper recession, then I'll add just a few shorter pieces right around the recession that kind of kick into that, so it covers it up just a little bit. But I also really like having something a little more forward. This is I can actually probably bring up a picture of a cut that I did recently, and this is a shorter cut, so it's like a pixie butt. There we go. Let me see if I can pop this on the... Where is the picture? This one. I'll see if I have to zoom in. But right here, this is a rough. I'm in the middle of the cut of it. It's not the finished product. But what I like about this one is that it kind of goes forward and gets messier that way. So let me get rid of it. But it goes like forward. So it has a lot of pieces in the front. Another really cool cut could be kind of a curtain fringe on longer hair. So that kind of hides what that recession is doing. Just depends on the density. If they have really fine hair, it's a little bit harder. But just that curtain fringe kind of coming through. Bottleneck bangs we worked on yesterday in the virtual cutting club. In my private classes, we cut this fringe. It starts short kind of right here in between the eyebrows, and then it just kicks and gets longer and then frames the cheekbone. That's a really cool look as well for somebody with the recession going on. How to make block graduation same length on both sides. Carlos, I'm not sure I understand that question. Can a razor be used on curly hair? In my opinion, yes, Barbara. This is maybe an unpopular opinion, but I think, like every answer so far, it depends on the situation. If you have a fresh razor blade and healthy curly hair, then I would say, yeah. There's no difference to me with cutting a razor or slide cutting with scissors. So if I was willing to slide cut with scissors, then I would be willing to use a razor. If I wanted blunt, hard lines in a haircut, I would not use a razor and I would not slide cut with a scissor because that's going to create a softer edge on each individual piece of hair and a softer line, which will then look weaker, which on thick, healthy hair looks great. On thinner or more damaged hair doesn't look great. So it's the choice of the tool based on the client that you have in your chair. And that's how I would make that decision. I think just making a blanket statement that razors can't be used on curly hair is a silly statement, because some razor cuts look great on curly hair. Best products for thinning hair, hair loss, female. So, Tina, great question. Any products, so you got to think about what the product does, and that will kind of help you make that decision, right? So if a product is like a conditioner, what does that do? It's going to seal the cuticle. It's a heavier, creamier based product, probably going to make hair look a little thinner. Now, you still have to use conditioner, but you can get a more lightweight conditioner, and then use fluffier, lighter weight products like a foam for styling. Powders are great. There's some thickening powders that you can put in your hair that help plump it up, but then that makes your hair look more matte. So you got to be careful, depending on the look you're going for. If you're going for more texture, then those powders are great. If you're going for something more sleek and shiny, then I would go more with a conditioned foam. For instance, I'm a Paul Mitchell guy, using Paul Mitchell Sculpting Foam. It smells like coconut, smells like the beach. It's delicious. It's a conditioning foam. So you still get the lightweight aspects of the foam, but you get the conditioning feel. And then you could use something else. Extra body foam also from Paul Mitchell is a great one. If you're really got some skinniness and you want a little bit more hold, you can go that way as well. So there's a lot of different options for you. And if I'm missing your question, guys, just repost it. Just keep it copy, keep pasting it. There's a lot of people chatting it up in the thing today. So just keep posting it. Hopefully I'll see it. If you want more attention, I do have a private club, patreon.com/MattBeck. I do live classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for that specific group. We're just kind of like a private hair club. I get to be kind of like your hair coach in a way, and we get to talk about different things. I show you different techniques, different stuff on those lives at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you go to patreon.com/MattBeck to join that. There's also a Facebook version. So if you just go to my Facebook page, you can hit subscribe. Both of those are $10 a month, so you can join either one, and you get the same benefits, same classes, same times, everything. It's $10 a month, and you can join. So I hope you guys do that. If you're looking to kind of get a little bit more education, work with me a little bit closer, you can do that on there. Patreon.com/MattBeck. Put that up in the chat if you want, so everybody can see it. But there you go. What else we got? Can you mix, Callie, can you mix two toners to get a shade between, like a deep red blending into rich copper tone? Can you mix two toners to get a shade between? So I think I understand your question, Callie. Yes, you can mix. In most cases, you can mix two toners together. Let's say, I guess it depends on the line, but let's say the current toners I work with, I can mix them together. If, let's say, I have a red toner and I want to add make it a little more coppery. So let's say I have like a pink champagne kind of toner, and I want to add just a little bit more coppery tone to it. I could add a copper toner to that, just to warm it up a little bit more. You can play with it that way for sure. I think. And then if you're talking about like some most demi lines or like no ammonia lines of hair color, you can mix like a 7 and a 9 together to get more in that level 8 range. That's doable as well. Let's see, haircut. I'm gonna curly hair. I don't think that was really a question. How often can you use clarifying shampoo? Hope, great question. I would use clarifying shampoo once a week. I think that's enough. I wouldn't overuse it. And I think that's good. I'm going to take these headphones off because they're suffocating my head and I don't need to hear anything. So what else we got here? That's so relieving. It felt like I was wearing earmuffs that whole time. How to layer thick hair without leaving it looking blunt, steppy. That's such a great question. Lisa, that's a great spelling. So how to layer thick hair without leaving it blunt and steppy. That's a big problem with thick hair. So a couple things that I like to do, definitely point cut my lines. Make sure that your elevation is always kind of above that 90-degree point. For the most part, depends on if you drop it below 90 degrees, you start to get that weight. And then if you cut blunt lines, you get that weight build up as well. So just make sure anytime you're layering thick hair, point cut the line. The more you point cut it, the better, in my opinion. The deeper you go into it, the less that line will show. And then also the 90-degree point. So just know that you're always working on a round. So where you're pulling the hair out has to be at 90 degrees. If it drops below, you'll start to build weight. How do we hide gray hair? You can color it or get highlights. Can help blend gray hair as well. Rhonda, let's talk about edgy cuts. I want to sport a style with shaved sides. I want to sport a style with shaved sides and back and long layered hair that can cover the shaved areas to be worn with the shaved showing. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. I don't know what you want to talk about it, but I think that's a cool, the cool thing about what you're saying, if I'm understanding correctly, is that you could shave the sides and then kind of have that long hair. You could toss it over, show the shaved side is what I think you're talking about. And that's a cool option because somebody that's calling that edgy is probably concerned with who's surrounding them, with them feeling like they have an edgy cut. So if they want to have that edgy cut, they can pull it over and showcase that they have an edgy cut. And if they don't want to show it off, then they can wear their hair down and it goes away. That's always a good option, for sure. How do you hide gray hair with dark hair? So that would be, hair color. There's different sprays you can spray into, but that's all temporary. I think just hair color is good. Tried and true. I have cat fur hair and it's very fine. Help. I feel you because I have fine hair as well. So again, with fine hair, there's two giant challenges in the world: super thick hair and super fine hair. No medium hair people are complaining. So if you have fine hair and you want it to be thicker, use products that don't weigh it down, don't seal the cuticle too much, like leave-in conditioners or cream gels or serums or oils. I don't use any of that on fine hair. I do a lot of blow drying before I put product in. It looks like Lee's hair is a little shorter. A couple things: I would use a foam, blow it dry, get it 100% dry, then start adding in some other products like maybe a spray wax or some kind of like the powder thickener. Blow dry it, create volume, and then go in with your products later, because if you put those products in your wet hair, it just tends to like weigh it down and the products get lost in it. So just products later. Hey, Jasmine, that's awesome. Congrats. Good advice to give a new hairdresser. So for me, a couple things would be education is number one. Never stop learning. I think like what's kept me like into this for so long is that I'm always kind of digging to learn something new. You can get really bored really fast behind the chair, just doing the same thing all the time. Like I knew when I got on this live stream that a bunch of people, and it's totally fine because it is the way it is. I knew everybody was going to ask me about thick hair and fine hair. It's the same reason that I can make videos and a lot of people watch them is because I've been behind the chair for so long that I know exactly the problems that everybody has. So I make videos to solve those problems. So you will get bored if you don't keep educated. So just make sure that you stay as educated as possible. Find people that inspire you. When they stop inspiring you, find somebody new, and just keep learning and keep experimenting and growing. Mannequins are great because you can try out new things all the time and you can kind of live in your own head and do it. And they don't have an opinion and just stay creative with it. So, you got probably a really long, fun career ahead of you. But just keep learning and growing. One of the best things that I did was became an educator really early in my career. So I got to meet a lot of great people and learn a lot of stuff for the first part of my career. So it kept me really, focused on, and it takes a while to build a book as well. I think maybe it's not easier now, but things that we used to have to do to get clients in the chair, the marketing of it was a lot harder. Now that social media is out there, it's a lot easier, I think. Less footwork and a lot more just putting yourself out there on social. But, I think it's a good time to be in the industry. I think less people seem to be gravitating to this industry, and it's doing nothing but growing. So I think it's a good time to be in it. Thank you, Martha. Appreciate that. Honestly, don't go to Sally and buy professional color and then buy the appropriate developer for your results. If you're lightning 20, 30, 41, depending on the natural level and desired level for gray coverage, 21. Not sure what that comment means. What else we got? That's a good question. Do we unnecessarily sharpen our scissors too often? I'm sure some people do. My thing on this would be careful who sharpens your scissors, because don't just take the random guy that stops in the salon named Sonny that's going to sharpen your scissors and ruin them, and they're your favorite pair, and you'll never have them back again in your life. Yes, it happened to me. So don't let somebody take your scissors to their van and sharpen them, because they won't come back the same ever. Get scissors from a good manufacturer, and then from that, make sure that you send them back to the manufacturer maybe once a year to get sharpened, and you should be fine. I mean, I don't get my scissors sharpened that often. So if you feel like you're getting them sharpened, maybe the metal of your scissor isn't that great. It's not holding the edge. So make sure you invest in a really good pair of scissors and then send them to the manufacturer to get sharpened all the time. So Donald, this is a great comment. I didn't understand your last one. I think you were saying to go to Sally Beauty and buy color, but I wouldn't go to Sally Beauty and buy color to do it at home. But Beauty schools is a great comment. Totally on the same page as you on that. If you need budget hair color, because then you also have certified teachers, but make sure that it's a school with a good reputation and that teacher is actually going to be around. And you should be fine. Please explain terms like graduation, overdirection, and sectioning. That's great. Great question. So graduation is anything below 90 degrees. So if you have the head shape, right? And 90 degrees is straight out from the head shape. Graduation is anything below 90 degrees. And then, so that's in your elevation, right, of the hair, up and down. And then layering is everything above 90 degrees. So graduation is a buildup of weight. So it's a line that goes kind of a buildup of weight. And then layering is above that. It's a removal of weight on a haircut. Then over direction is how you pull that hair like side to side. So if, let's say, I wanted to cut something, graduate something, I would pull it out, keep it at below 90 degrees. And then if I over direct it, it would be like me pulling it back. And over direction is a way to shift weight to either the front or back of the haircut. So to take it from where it lives currently, pull it to one area, cut it, and then allow that line to kind of move either towards the front or from short to long, or move back off of the face. So if you're actually really wanting to learn terminology and understand it better, I built this whole entire PDF book called The Haircutting System by Free Salon Education. It's available on our online store, shopfse.com. You can go to it here. And so if you go to shopfse.com, you click on FSE Digital Haircutting System, click to shop that. And there's 8 step-by-step videos that walk you through graduation, layering, everything from short to long hair. And then there's a PDF book. You can download the book. You click the play button on each page. It'll take you right to the video. You can learn about it. There's a Terminology 101 video as well connected to this haircutting system. So everything you need is right here on the FSE Digital Haircutting System that you can pick up. And if you join my Patreon, which I talked about earlier, my Patreon, that's all included. So you'll get the FSE Digital Haircutting System. You can watch it on the Patreon, so you can go to that website. What box brand is best? Zero, none of them. None of them are best. There's a reason we're not using them in the salon. If it was that easy and you could just see the picture on the box and put it on your head and it made that, we would use it. It would be easy, but it's not. So, none of them. So, Angela, I know she's not a hairdresser, but it's okay. Like, this is, I talk about this all the time, but there are a lot of hairdressers that don't follow us. All of us, the professionals that post online. But it's okay because it brings up conversation. Like, she doesn't know that box color isn't good. So the only way she's going to learn that is if she follows somebody like me that's going to talk about it to her. So I'm okay with non-professionals learning because the more educated they are, they're going to make the right decision and actually come see us. So, and if they watch one of my videos, they might be like, well, that's complicated, or maybe that part's not complicated, whatever it is. But the way that I always have looked at it is I was bleaching my hair before I was a hairdresser because I just really was fascinated by it. And then I became a hairdresser because I loved it so much, which is what I think a lot of people do. We're not doing like open heart surgery. So, no one's going to die from experimenting, you might look ridiculous for a long time if you really mess something up. But my goal is not for them to do their own hair. It's to educate people like Diana and tell her box color is no good. If it was good, we would use it. We don't use it. And to explain to her all of the, the benefits of going to a professional. So, that's how we should be, in my opinion, kind of thinking about this and not getting upset. There is no way that Diana is going to watch one of my cutting videos or one of my color videos and do her own hair better than I can do her hair. It's not that's not a thing. And it's not a thing because I know that for years I have studied, and this goes back to, I think it was Jasmine who just graduated. Like, this is how you learn, like you got to stay educated, because if someone's afraid of somebody watching a tutorial online and getting better than them at something, or doing it and replacing their job, then they're not, like, you haven't studied enough. You haven't learned enough. Like, I have made sure that in my career, I constantly am pushing myself to learn and learn and learn. So I'm never afraid of somebody watching a video and learning to cut a curtain bang better than me, because I have lots of experience, which I'm sure you do as well. So all of you guys that are, on here, everybody, we're building a community. That's what it's all about. I want people to ask questions. I don't ever want people to think they should go do their own hair because it's a bad choice, because hair is a complicated thing. But I also, I know that some people are going to try, but you should go to a salon because you're going to save yourself a lot of money and a lot of aggravation in the long run. Let me see here. Sweet. Thanks, Smo. All right, I want to get to the current. I want to see the current comments. So, oh, Jasmine, you missed it. Well, you can rewatch, so you'll be able to see it, because it was a winded one. It was definitely a winded one. So if I haven't answered your question, I want to keep the comments in real time so I can kind of see what you guys are doing, how you're feeling. And then that way we can stay current with the conversation. You're welcome. I can't seem to find a follow button, or really like to follow you. There should be a follow button. I mean, right down below. If not, then you just click on my name on Facebook, and it will take you to my page, and you can follow me there. So, Smo, I didn't see your question. I don't probably go back and look at all the comments. So if you want to repost your question, I'd be happy. I'm going to be on here for a little bit longer. We can do it. Very true, Susan. Totally agree with you. Like, you can learn anything on YouTube. Like, you could literally learn anything, but that doesn't mean I could go on there and learn anything, but I don't want to learn everything. So some people will maybe want to learn how to cut their own bangs, and we've all seen those videos, but and it'll work for a couple, and then, like, this is the craziest thing, is that somebody will watch somebody cut their bangs on YouTube, but then not realizing that that person's hair type is not the same as theirs at all. Even if it kind of looks like it, if it's a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner, you could be in a world of hurt in the end result. So you got to really be careful with what you're watching. And then the angle that you think they're holding it at isn't always true either. Is hairdressing for everyone? No, but I don't think anything's for everyone. So I think hairdressing is an art. I think there might be more people doing it than should be doing it necessarily. I don't know, but and not even because they couldn't do it, but I think not enough people stay educated. We need to make sure we're pushing that and keeping people constantly learning. It's crazy because like even in our state, we don't have to do continuing education. So like it never made sense to me. Like you need a license, but you also can go to school, graduate, and then 20 years later, you've never had to prove that you can do anything ever again. So doesn't make sense. What is your opinion of a color processor for speeding up color time? Do you recommend them? Yeah, I love those. So yeah, I think actually Minerva Beauty has a few. They're expensive, but there it is. But they're good. They work good. Let's see if color. Frustrating with Facebook doesn't let me put music on. Color processor. Here's a couple. So we have this one in the salon here. I don't know if they have the other one. But yeah, we have this one. This one's kind of cool looking. I'd love to get these. I should tell them to see if they can send me some of these. But we have the wheel around ones. This one. In white. And then there's this one too. So yeah, those are cool. This one's really expensive, but hey. Get it. All right. More questions here. What else we got? What's up, Jess? Smo. Is there a standard blade that I can use for the TriRazor? I need new blades, but I want to buy in bulk. So not that I know of, but if you want to buy in bulk, Smo, you can send me a message, and depending on how many you want to buy, maybe we can figure it out. But yeah, it's kind of a standard blade, but I've never seen it sold in bulk. So Elaine, that's what I like to hear. Very cool. Sweet. Just finished up my level 2 hairdressing. Love your videos. So informative and inspiring. Hope to be as good as you someday. Victoria, you will be, because seems like you're focused based on what I can tell. Sweet. Yes, I need products to keep my graying hair from getting so dry. Welcome, Joseph. Hopefully I got them all. Still in cosmetology school, but I'm struggling with socializing with my clients. Do you have any tips for making it less awkward? This is a great question because I'm not the most social person with clients, really. I mean, I'm fine, but it's not like my favorite thing to do. So I think the biggest thing is to start off with some like standard questions that, get really into the consultation. I think when I first started out doing hair, was more about like the education to the client, which is kind of why I'm so, I think, passionate about what I talk about with like people being on here that are not professionals. I like sharing the education. I love being behind the chair, talking to a client and sharing with them a way that they can do their hair better and that light bulb coming on. So, I think that's kind of the avenue that I take with my clients is get a thorough consultation. Back in the day, we even had like consultation, like slips that we like filled out for customers. So that's an easy system that you could kind of put in that makes sure that you're thorough with the questions, and it gives you something, kind of notes to talk about things, and then just give hair tips the whole time. I mean, that's what the job is anyways. All the fluff that goes on after that is where you're either good at it or you're not. And if you're talking too much about who you are and all this stuff and no one, and people don't care about it, then you're going to find yourself losing clients because they can't relate. Or some people are really good at it and they don't have to talk about hair at all and they just talk. So yeah. Do you make house calls? I do not. I do not. It's been a very long time since I've cut hair in someone's house. Sweet. All right, couple more minutes. See if there's any other questions. What will help my hair grow back? Thinning all over the top. Well, Tina, I mean, I can't help your hair grow back, but definitely a couple things that I would really start focusing on is diet and stress level with that. Don't know what that is for you, but I know when I'm exercising, eating healthier, everything just seems healthier. So Epsom salts added to shampoo, is there any advantage to doing that? Not that I know of, but that could just be beyond me. But not that I know of. I mean, for me, that would really dry some stuff out. So, but could be wrong. Thanks, Jasmine. I appreciate that. Susan, been doing hair over 45 years and love to give tips to clients. That's right. There you go. I love that we answer things together. That's a great answer. Bryony, you could be a co-host here. It's a great answer. How's Hayden's... What's up? All right, Jess. So Hayden's fundraiser. So actually, that's another thing I can tell you guys about. Let me see if I can get to... So my son Hayden is raising money for childhood cancer research. He does it every year. This is his 6th year. He's on Instagram. And I'll show you. Let's see where he's at. Jess is asking where he's at. So this is his Instagram. He's a little lacrosse player. So if you want to see me playing goalie against him, here you go. Yeah, not very good. Anyways, he right here, let's see where he's at. So he's at $1,500. Some great people have donated so far. So if you guys would like to donate, maybe we can post the link in all the different chats so you guys can get to it. I'm giving away at the end of this week a pair of my scissors for you guys. So a pair of my scissors, going to one of you lucky people. Just donate anything that you can. Really appreciate it. If you can't afford to get your hair colored at a salon, save your money and let's get your hair done at the salon. But if you can afford it, anything you can do to help would be great. This is his 6th year, and I think he's raised almost 30 grand in 6 years. So he's got a goal of $5,000. The donations are not closed yet, but they'll be closing soon. If you want to get my scissor, you can do that by donating, and I will be giving it out to one lucky person. So please, if you can, donate by clicking the link. You can go to this is Hayden Lacrosse here on Instagram, and you click that little bio thing. If you want to get to it that way, you can do it that way as well. But we'll try to share it in the chat. All right, cool. Any other questions? Do you have any tips to growing your clientele? Let me go back here. Any tips to growing your clientele? So definitely the best thing that you can do is word of mouth, right? Because the whole point of being able to build a clientele is reputation. But I believe you were the one that asked me the question about confidence and talking to clients. You got to get good at that, and being able to use your voice to ask for them to talk to their friends. So at the end of the service, just say, hey, if you know of anybody that's looking to change up hairdressers, please give them my name if you really like your hair. I think that's what it's all about, is just building relationships one at a time. That'll help you grow pretty quick. But it's all about, you got to be likable. You got to be, in it for the right reasons. You got to be educational to your clients. You got to show them a good time when they're there. Don't let it taper off. I've talked about this for years too, but you get a new client in the chair, you wow them, and everything's great. And then the second visit, you wow them again. Third visit, it's okay. You're still giving them a great haircut, but maybe now you double book them, and things don't go quite as smooth, or running a little bit late or whatever. Fourth time, same thing happens, and then it just goes on, and then becomes, you wonder where that person went because, you just didn't cater to them. It's happened to me a million times in my career. It's not a good way to grow a clientele. You got to stay consistent with it. Thanks, Jess. He's setting me up. Been a hairstylist since 1986 and love haircuts and barbering part-time. I'm retired now, but love your tutorials. Hey, Teresa, I appreciate that. Super cool. Ooh, watch this. I'm going to... Oh, wait, how do I do this? Can I copy this? Oh, I can't. I was going to copy this. Oh, wait, can I? Can I edit this? Yes. Where there's a will, there's a way. Watch this. I don't know what this says, but nobody gets left behind in this live stream. Nobody gets left behind in this live stream. What is better? Here we go. What is better, palm to palm or to cross the arm? Is one side longer than the other? Is it due to trajectory of the arm? Oof. Okay. What is better, palm to palm to cross the arm? Might have to leave him behind. I don't understand the question. So bummed about this. Is one side longer than the other? Is it due to trajectory of the arm? The arm. I don't know. It's going to frustrate me all day that I don't understand the question. All right. Oh, Terry, it's a bummer. Yeah, I mean, burnout is a thing for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thing. You know, people need to realize, like, hairdressers, it's fun to get like something new. Somebody that wants something new, because you just spend the whole day having the same style of conversation, and doing the same trend on everybody. So it's good to change it up. I think that's the best. Hairdressers will like kind of keep changing up because they stay educated. And that's kind of what I was saying to Jasmine earlier, is you gotta like stay educated so that you don't get bored. Because once you get bored and you're having the same conversations, and like, it's a long day. It's a long week. Gotta keep learning. Hey, Matt, okay, wait. Says Sarah's trying to help out. I appreciate this. Hey, Matt, what's better, palm to palm or crossing my arms over? One side comes out longer than the other. Is it due to the elevation? My gosh. Wait. What's better, palm to palm? Or I don't understand that we're crossing my arms over. So if you're palm to palm, you're here. How would you be crossing your arms over? Sarah is probably like, she probably totally gets it. And I'm like sitting here, fried brain. And I have no idea. No idea. Jess, thanks for sharing the link. This is the link. What is it? Got to keep up with the times. Totally agree. Totally agree. Guys, let me know in the chat. Did you like this this live stream? I'm thinking about doing it on Thursdays. I think it'll get better, more organized a little bit. There was a lot of questions coming through, and I think I wore myself out just talking nonstop. Now I feel like I'm like in a calmer rhythm, and feel like I'm like having a good time with it, and it's over now. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you think I should keep doing it, we had quite a few people on still, started out with 500. Now we have 99, but can't please them all. What's up, Kathy? Love it. All right. Cool. Liz says yes. All right. Oh, sitting in this stool too is like painful. Okay. All right, Laura. Laura says yeah too. All right. We'll keep trying it for sure. If you guys want, I'll be live tomorrow. I'm doing horizontal bob, but that's with my Patreon people. So you can join and you can be a part of the live if you go to patreon.com/MattBeck. And the Patreon's the best for if you're in school, just out of school, you've been doing hair for 45 years, doesn't matter. We break down everything. We do subject by subject. Tomorrow's a horizontal bob. And then next week we're doing some cool stuff. I got a class on growing your social as well. This is going to be a ton of stuff. Sweet. Thanks, Therese. Thank you, Elaine. Appreciate it, everyone. Thank you so much. Guys, do me a favor. When you see my videos, just hit that share button. Share it with everybody that you know. Let's keep growing this community and get it as big as possible. want to keep connecting with you guys and learning and talking and, sharing everything that's going on. And that's pretty much it. I'd like to know where you live. No, Judith, I cannot tell you where I live. No, I'm just kidding. I live in Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia, about 50 minutes away from Philadelphia. I do not take new clients. And so I don't take new clients because I'm really busy making videos, taking care of my old clients. And like we talked about earlier, I don't really love new conversations, except for when I'm live with you guys. So all right. Sweet, Jess. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I'm in Lambertville on the weekends. So funny story before I go. A lot of times I don't talk about kind of where I am. Did I even say where I was? I didn't, but Lambertville is very close. Some of you guys know where I am. It's not hard to figure it out. You can Google it. But we were doing a live class here. And I think it was me and Brian. And we're doing a live class. And this is before I covered up the windows with a wall, photography wall. But there was like a lady peeking in the window while we were doing the lives. And it was somebody that watches the videos. So now I try not to say where we're at. Because I'm asking, but I live in Harrisburg. I know, Judith. That's close. That's not far. I mean, it's kind of far. It's not that close, but that's why he cuts mannequins. That is why I cut mannequins. I like the creativity and the education of hair. The person gets in the way of that in the teaching part. So I go into a video with an idea of what I want to teach. So I do know, I know that the videos with real people get a lot more views. I just don't love to do it. All right. I'm watching from South Africa. That's awesome. I have my video editor and graphics guy. I mean, I edit most of the videos, but he puts the graphics on them. He's from South Africa, and he's the coolest dude. And I can't wait to go out there, and I hope to actually like hang with him sometime. But it's, but yeah, it's on the bucket list. I would love to go there. All right, cool. I got to go. I've been on here for a long time. Don't want to take up any more of your guys' time. And I look forward to doing this on Thursdays. If you'd like to be live with me more often, go to patreon.com/MattBeck and you can sign up, be a part of the virtual cutting club where we hang out, talk about hair 3 days a week. You can always catch the replays. You can watch the back classes. You get access to my digital cutting system, get access to all these different things. So go join. It's $9.99 a month. It's $10. It's less than Netflix at this point, and it's better than that. All right, cool. I will see you guys soon. Thank you again, and I'll see you.